Every night, millions of exhausted people lie down to sleep. The body is ready to rest, but the mind seems to begin. Why? The explanation feels obvious. We're tired all day, and the moment our head touches the pillow, the brain switches on. Thoughts accelerate. Tomorrow arrives. Worries grow louder, as if the brain chose the worst possible moment to wake up. It's so common we never question it. But what if the brain isn't waking up at all? To find out, we start not with assumptions, but with evidence. For decades, researchers have watched the crossing from waking into sleep, measuring its metabolism, its electrical rhythm, its attention, its memory, its timing. The evidence doesn't describe a brain switching on. It points somewhere else. All day, your attention points outward. Conversations, screens, deadlines. Neuroscientists call this task-focused processing. While you're engaged with the world, another network stays in the background. The default mode network, self-reflection, memory, imagining the future. As the outward focus fades, this network becomes more noticeable. Not because it's switched on, because something else stepped aside. And the thoughts that arrive at bedtime are rarely random. Tomorrow's meeting, the email you forgot, the conversation still unfinished. Psychologists have watched this for almost a century. Unfinished goals stay active in the mind. They don't dissolve just because the day has ended. So one experiment asked, what if you spent 5 minutes writing tomorrow's to-do list before bed? Not the day behind them, tomorrow's tasks. They fell asleep about 9 minutes faster than people who wrote about what they'd already finished. The brain doesn't just want to stop thinking. It wants to know tomorrow has somewhere to begin. Back to the question. If the brain switched on at night, its activity should rise. It doesn't. As we fall asleep, overall brain metabolism declines. The electrical activity slows. The brain isn't making more energy, it's making less. So why does it feel louder? Imagine standing beside a waterfall. The sound is everything. Then the waterfall stops, and you hear birdsong. The birds didn't begin singing. You just couldn't hear them before. Perhaps the mind works the same way. All day, noise and movement drown out the quieter thoughts underneath. Then the room stills. The phone goes dark, the lights go out, and the thoughts that were already there become audible. The evidence doesn't say your brain wakes up at night. It says something quieter. The outside world falls away. Attention turns inward. Unfinished goals stay lit. The contrast changes. What feels like an explosion of thought may simply be the sudden absence of everything that was covering it. Not a surge, an unmasking of activity that never fully stopped. This doesn't explain every restless night or every form of insomnia. Science is rarely that simple, but it changes the question. Instead of asking why your brain wakes up, you might ask what's been running beneath the surface all day, that you only notice when everything else goes still. Because maybe the most surprising discovery was never about sleep. Maybe the world simply became quiet enough for you to hear what never switched off.